Okay, so welcome to Pastor Yvonne, and it's great to have you with us, and his wife Natasha. It's great to have you with us, and we're just together ourselves now until some other people join us. But we want to begin and just just kind of help people to understand who you are and how we are working together. So we have a couple questions, and first of all, is just how long you know us and how did we maybe get to know each other?
So hello from Russia. I want to say hello to everybody who will see this video, and I want to say that originally we are from myself, I'm from Moldova, from the country of Moldova. I came as a missionary in 2000 here to Russia. I get involved to study in Moscow. I finished the seminary, and then I go to the city of Nizhny Novgorod in 2006, and we just begin the church. So this was the year when we meet Daryl and Joyce. Actually, we had several letters going to him and from him to me. And then he sent me a photo how he is looking like, and he said that he will come to us. So it was something like unusual, because I actually in this period of time I was very much in need for somebody who will be like a spiritual father for me, because I was just finished the seminary. I came to a new place. I didn't know how to pastor a church, and it was nobody like here, to help. So it was a big joy for me, myself, and for our brothers that was with me that time. And in 2006, we get to the airport. I had the photo with me, and I meet Daryl and Joyce first time, and there was also brother of Joyce with them. So that time he was wearing this thing, how you call it?
Mustache.
Yeah. So see, I tried to also be like him, but now he is different, so I changed the style. So from that time, from 2006 until today, it's 2020, so almost 14 years we know each other. And I want to say that for me, Daryl and Joyce are my parents, my spiritual parents, and I'm really so happy to have you in my life.
Thank you. Already everything.
In 2006, actually, we also met my wife, so it was an interesting time, in my life. So, and from that on, she actually also was just in the beginning of the church. She was the first that was baptized in this new church. And so when Daryl and Joyce came first time, they met her, but she was not my wife that time yet.
Yeah.
She was your favorite disciple.
Yes, and she is still. People joke with us and they say, why you steal the first fruit from God? First fruit is to be with God. I said, actually, I take it for God. So she is working with me for God.
So how old were you when we first came to meet with you there?
I was 23.
Okay, I was thinking 23. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And so how can you tell our people, how do you think that Joyce and I helped you, and how Instep Ministries is helping you?
It's gonna be a long story.
It's not enough time to say all this.
Well,
the condensed
I will
version.
tell just very fast, okay? First of all, as I already said, it was a big help for me, a young pastor that just began the church, to understand how to pastor a church. And I want to say that I had several plans. Like I had a big plan when I was in the seminary, I put it on the papers. I had like 15 papers together, like my plan, my strategic plan, how I will begin a church. So when I came to Nizhny, when I faced the reality, I had to put this in garbage, you know, because nothing was working what I had with me, you know. So that was the time when I was beginning to write letters to found somebody who can mentor me. And so when Daryl and Joyce, they came to us, the most thing that we had in our life, and the better thing that we still have, is a relationship. We had this close relationship by just speaking with one another. Just I was having this possibility to give those questions that you maybe as a young pastor will maybe don't have the possibility to give, because we had a bishop. Actually, we was in a part of unity of the churches, but we were so far from our bishop, so we could see him once in a year, and it was still not so close relationship. So I could give any question that I have, and I can call him anytime, you know. So this what we have, and we had with Daryl and Joyce from 2006. We could have this relationship, letters, callings, and comings. They was coming to us all the time, which was wonderful, because we can you could see the what is happening, you know. It's not something that you just we can just say to you, you know, or send you photos, but you could come to us, you could be with us, and there was times when you could say, this is better to do like this. Like when I was asking, actually, what I like about Daryl and Joyce, it's that they never will come and say, do like this and like this, you know. They will come. I remember all the time the words that Daryl said. I came to be near you, to support you in the vision that God gave to you. So I think this is the most thing that I learned from you, and this is what I'm doing still now. When I'm discipling my disciples, I came to them. I don't say them, I will tell you what to do. I say, I want to be beside you, and I want to help you in the vision that God gave to you. So I think this is something wonderful that I learned from you. I also learned how to do discipleship, and I think that this is the most powerful thing in our church. And we are pastoring a church of Russians and internationals. So we have people from around the world. Actually, we have about 30 nations in the church. So what was very helpful is to understand how to disciple people. Know, like you know, I didn't have experience in the seminary. Actually, what those experience that we had in the ministry. So there was many questions coming, you know, all the time. So the possibility to be with you so close, to have relationship, it was for me a growing time. Then in 2010, we began Bible school together, and it was an exciting time, because actually Daryl and Joyce came to us, to the city, and not just for a visit, but now for living with us for a while. So I think for half of the year you were here with us, and then half of the year you was traveling to other places. But we had the possibility again to be together, to work together, and even more, because this was the time when we was actually beginning the mission, you know. We was teaching new students, we was helping new ministers to get involved in the ministry. So this was a wonderful time of faith, you know, of having nothing, and you can experience what means to do something from nothing. And God gave us actually everything what we needed. The students just came. We didn't have an apartment, and God just gave us the apartment in the day when the students came. arrive to the city. So and many miracles like this. I remember going with Daryl every morning. At like 6 o'clock in the morning, we was going to the Bible school, and it was another part of the city because we couldn't have the possibility to get rent there in the bus. And so he experienced all of the Russian style, all of the Nizhny Novgorod style of living, you know. So which helped me to watch, you know, to watch a man of God that is not just preaching, but he is living. So I'm very thankful. I very much thanks to God for the relationship that we could have that time and this time, because I could watch and could see working together, teaching together, translating Daryl, being with him in some places and see how he's praying for healing. So I want to say actually that in this kind of time, I could also see how operating in gifts, how it's possible. So, and I want to say that something from Daryl came to me, you know, because then I found myself praying for people for healings. I found myself see how people get healed, you know, healed. So actually being with Daryl and Joyce, it was like, you know, for my wife, so also so good. I think she will say also, but it was a good time to just learn from you. So for me, it's like Elijah and
Elisha. No,
Elisha.
Elijah.
Yeah. It's going together, see and learn from your spiritual father and do them the same. So for until now, our relationship are going. We are still meet, not so much than that time when we had the Bible school, but it was a wonderful time that time. And we could get to higher. We could get higher in the ministry by understanding the ministry, the practice of the ministry. We could travel to different cities and even countries together and see how it's working to be a missionary, to pray, to preach, to pray for people. And also I improved my English. What helped us, me and my wife, to work now with internationals. And I think now it's maybe 1 year ago then I began, and my wife also, to preach in English. And it was a big experience for me and for her. But it was because we had this relationship very close. So actually my two brothers, Boris and Nikolai, because they lived for a while with Daryl and Joyce in their apartment, they could study English also, you know, and they could, but not just English. I'll tell you that they became better persons because they was, you know, young people. They was very young also. Now everybody is having families and they are in the ministry now also, and so a lot of things. What we are especially thankful, and I want to say this, and to thank also to everybody that is supporting us, because for several years Daryl and Joyce support us not just by prayer, not just by coming and be with us and have this close relationship that I was talking about, but also financially. So we receive this finance every Monday, every month, and because of that we can rent this apartment. We can be in, and it's actually pay all the bills and all the rent, so we can be with our family, because we don't have a home yet. But well, Jesus also didn't have a home, but he had people that was supporting. So I want to thank you for the support, for also that is it's very much for us. We are so thankful.
Yeah, that's great.
Can you say something?
It's interesting when you said almost everything. You said what I will say. If I will say now, I will repeat just.
It will be just
okay,
repeat.
I just want to share. I want just to share what I have in my heart.
Yeah.
For me, Daryl and Joyce, you are always will be very important people in my life. It's really true. From the beginning, when you just came, you taught us a lot. You gave us really a lot. Because when you came, I didn't have the experience. I didn't even understood how to be a wife of a pastor. I didn't have some knowledge about it. And with you, with this time what we had, especially with Joyce, we spent a lot of time together. You gave me so much knowledge about how to be a wife, to be a mother, how to care about people. You gave us a lot of lessons, and actually we practice it until now, and we teach others to do the same. All of these things you taught us, and I just want to thank you for everything what you've done in our life. It was really precious time. Precious? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is
Precious time for us. I remember always about this time, and still we have connections, and it's really what very needful for us still now. And thank you a lot for everything what you've done.
I want also just for a minute to say that what is very important now is these conferences that Daryl and Joyce are doing. So we are so happy to come to these conferences and be there, because it's a refreshment for us to get from our place to be in another place and to just listen from God. Because, being a pastor, you are all the time pastoring your church. Even when you travel to other places, you also are pastoring, you are preaching, people want you to say a word from God, but sometimes you need a word from God. So I think that the wonderful thing that now is happening in the Instep ministries is these conferences for leaders. And we are so happy to come, and we are enjoying to be there, to listen the people of God that are coming, the speakers. So it's thank you for this possibility. It's really something powerful, because I remember there was a big refreshment in our ministry. I think maybe 2 years ago, than when we have been to Lvov.
I think, yeah.
Or 3 or 2 years ago, and God just so much speak to our hearts. We had to change some things on the way we was thinking about the ministry.
Yeah, we received big revelation.
Yeah, and we came home, we began to speak with our leaders.
We wanted to change everything.
I was speaking to my leaders. I was like, you have to understand this, you have to see this, I'm seeing that I wish they would be with me, and
we were in fire when we came.
But then like in a day, I had people coming to me, and they had to go and sleep with these ideas that they get. And on the second day, they called me, and I remember Kostya called me, coming and say, Pastor, I received something. I didn't understand when you were speaking, but after that in the night, God was speaking to me more. So I want to begin this ministry, and they begin with Albina. They begin the ministry of healing, going to different cities and preach and pray for people, and people get really they found the gift that they have in them, and many others also. We have now just we are preparing the couple that is going to another city to plant a new church. So it's a wonderful couple also. They have the third child, just newborn, and God gave them their own apartment in that city, It's something wonderful. Even we don't have our apartment, but they already received it.
It's a gift from God.
Yeah, we see how the message that we bring because of the conference could change not just us, but the church and our people. So we are so thankful.
It changed a lot. Yeah, it changed a lot.
This is the message we are carrying now, the message of love. Yeah, this is the message we are carrying, and we are thankful.
Yeah, super. I know that you have a big heart for other leaders and pastors, and maybe you can just say a little bit about how you really want to care for other pastors and new leaders.
Yeah, Well, first of all, we have people in the church that we are this we they are like disciples for us, and some of them, they are with me in the leaders team,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them, with the time, they get to to get in their own ministry. So for me, as I was saying this, it's very needful to discover what is the gift in the person, and what God is calling him for.
Mm-hmm.
I was all the time wanting to be a pastor that will send missionaries, and by God's grace, it's just we see now 2 years that is happening, and it's not happening just in Russia. We see that this happening also in the other countries. So one of the things we see that we have internationals that are coming to the city, because we have a big city in Russia, and we have universities here like medicine university, police university, and others. So people are coming from around the world to study here, but here they find the church, because some of them actually are from churches, they have a Christian background, some not, and they found Jesus here. We even have Muslims that found Jesus during the study, you know, and then they get home being Christians now. So what we see, for a moment we was thinking they are coming for like 2 or 3 years. So how we can, you know, like what we can do? These people are not for a long time, you know.
No.
But God changed us so much. He showed us that we can be a part of what He is doing in the world, not just in our city or in our country. So what we are doing now, me and my wife, we have these students that some are about to be graduated, some are still in the study. We have a time with them every week. We have a special day for discipleship. When we are getting to people to be close, we go to a cafe. Now, because we don't have a cafe, we are bringing them to our home. So we make a good meal and we just stay together. And what we are doing, my wife, she is meeting with sisters, and I'm have the meetings with brothers. Maybe you will say something.
Yeah, I'm thinking what from we took this example of discipleship.
I know.
And I know it's what you taught us. You know, we do exactly what you taught us. We continue to meet people every day, almost every day. Once in a week, I meet with the sisters whom I guide, or how to say, disciple. Yeah, we have meetings. We speak about spiritual life, about some like.
Life struggles.
Yes, like we discuss it, we pray together, and they grow, and I see the fruits of it, the fruits of ministry. And actually, it was you taught us.
Yeah, I remember when Joyce was doing something, a wonderful meal, and inviting us to.
It's what I do now.
Having a good meal, it's opening the heart, you know. So
it's the part of the deal.
yeah, but what we see now, last year we already blessed the first missionary to Nigeria. So he is like my spiritual son. We are so close also together, and he is now ministering there in Nigeria. So he is about to begin a church, to begin a ministry, and we are so thankful that we can be a part of something that is happening in a country we've never been before. And also we have another couple that is now in Montenegro, and they also were part of our church for a while. I remember, and you, Daryl, actually with me, we baptized him, if you remember this.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and now he is in Montenegro with his wife, and they are ministering there, and not just there, but he's a good person in technology, so he is doing a great work in the internet and doing wonderful things for evangelism. So and this year I think we will bless about 5 or 6 people that are going to different countries, and they were the leaders of the international church here in Nizhny. Now we have new leaders that are getting, because we teach them to disciple, you know.
Yeah.
And we say, before you leave, you have to have your sons that will stay here. And actually, this is what Ibuka was doing. The first missionary that I said from Nigeria, he was the leader of international meetings here. So he is now there, but he's still having relationship with his disciples here. So this year we had a new leader of the international meeting. It is a gal, and for me it was a little bit difficult to give the responsibility to her. She's you know.
She is small.
Yeah,
she's very small, but she's so strong.
Yeah, I never saw this kind of woman, you know, of
she's
God.
Very strong.
So she's from India, and she's just wonderful leader. She is a good pastor for the international meeting here. But now she's leaving also, so she's going to India. What city? Mumbai.
Yes, I think
Mumbai.
So. Yeah.
So she will. Her father is a pastor, and he is a pastor that teach pastors. And actually, I didn't know that. I think that he didn't know that sending his daughter to Russia to be a doctor, he actually will receive not just a doctor. Okay, so I think these are the people that are very potential. I think that we don't speak about other people that we are disciples also, but just the potential one that are coming to their countries to be ministers, not just you know, be Christians, but they are coming with something in their heart. So we are looking forward to see what God will do with them. We have also some pastors in Russia that are ministering, and we helped some of the pastors to actually begin and plant new churches. Actually, in Moscow we have still one person, Denise, and we have good relationship with them. It's still far away from us. We don't have so big connections what I would like. Yeah. But we could be a help for them, because he was a ordinary person in the church, but all the time he has this fire in his heart to preach and to begin a church. Hello.
Hello, Jason. Welcome. We're just listening to Pastor Ivan and Natasha here in Russia.
So.
Did you finish?
So we are helping Dennis also, and now it's the second year of a new plant church that he has. I think, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Great. It's good to hear from you, Jason. You'd probably never met Ivan, I guess, eh?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Welcome to my basement.
It's
this is what I said. Welcome to our place.
So Ivan was just telling
Ivan,
a story there.
What country are you in?
He's in Russia.
In Russia, okay. Yeah, I was supposed to go to Moldova in September, and then to Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah, you will get to my country because I'm from Moldova.
Oh,
I'm a missionary from Moldova to Russia.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm not sure how my travel plans will happen this year or not.
I know, right. I understand.
Yeah, we all are thinking about the travel plans.
Yeah. Well, in the pastor I was coming with, he is 78, I believe. So I'm a little concerned for his travel as well too. But
okay, I'm going to switch off the recording, but we can just finish chatting a little bit here.